but in some cases it's not even possible or practical due to the restrictions on both customers and employees due to the COVID-19 outbreak. With Live Experience, Overhead Door can provide customers with a convenient way to connect with customer service reps directly from their mobile app or via the call center, and provide the customer service rep the ability to have customers share their camera in order to provide rapid and accurate diagnosis of the customer's problem, and in many cases resolve the issue without the need for an expensive technician call-out or a product return. For the demo, Jane has a new garage door that's been installed recently. The garage door opener is not functioning and she needs assistance to get it working again. She clicks the Live Experience widget in the mobile app to talk to a customer service agent. The customer service agent answers the call and obtains a preliminary understanding of the problem, initiates a video escalation to better assist, and through visual annotation, she's able to get the garage door working again without the need for a technician call-out or a product return. Okay. So I'll explain a little bit about what you're seeing for the first demo. On the right-hand side, you can see as an agent, I'm actually signed into Service Cloud. And what I have the Live Experience panel open here. So this is essentially the control center for all things live experience in terms of how you communicate with customers, both for incoming and outgoing calls, for example. On the left-hand side, I'm just sharing my iPhone. I have the Live Experience demo app open. This is the same demo app which you'll be able to use with your demo account, which Ashwin will be talking a little bit more about later in the presentation. For this particular demonstration, I'm going to use the remote support scenario. So as I explained, so Jane is having a problem with the garage door. So she visits the app for Overhead Door, for example. She's looking through the support part of the app. She's unable to find a solution for her problem. Fortunately, at the bottom right of the screen, you can actually see that I've got a helpful and proactive widget that's presented, suggesting that I can get help from a customer service agent. So Jane clicks on the widget to connect. The customer service agent sees an incoming call, specifically from the name of the customer. So I answer the call. Okay, so at this point, Jane actually has a live call with the agent. The customer service agent can see the customer records automatically being presented, so have all the details about Jane. The customer service agent understands what product she's purchased, for example. She'll be able to see the entire history of any interactions they've had with Jane in the past. So they can quickly get up and running and get to the source of the problem that Jane has with the garage door. So after asking Jane a few questions, it becomes evident that the customer service agent needs to be able to actually take a look at what the problem actually is visually. So she asks Jane to share a camera. Jane then gets a quick prompt to share her camera, and then followed by a quick preview just to make sure the camera is pointing where she needs it to be, and then shares the camera. So at this point, the customer service agent can see exactly what Jane sees and can direct Jane to point the camera at the back of the garage door opener. When it's lined up with the garage door opener, I can very quickly and easily just freeze the screen and then annotate on the screen, to point out, for example, where the garage door opener has been either misconfigured or a cable's come loose, for example, and ask Jane just to plug that cable in properly, for example, and then get the garage door opener up and running again. And I've been, as a customer service agent, I've been able to do that completely, remotely, without the need for sending out a technician or causing the need for a product return. Okay. Okay, so the next sales play that I'm going to go through is high-value relationships. For this sales play, I want to show you how Live Experience can enable personalized face-to-face interaction with customers for whom in-person meetings would be either inconvenient or even impossible. I've used Nadi, which is a pharmaceutical chain based in Saudi Arabia. They serve customers across the Middle East and North Africa as an example. For NADI, in-person meetings with pharmacists would have been the only way to provide face-to-face interaction with their customers in order to provide effective, personalised, customer service and support. For many customers, particularly those in rural or remote communities, this was not convenient and in many cases not feasible at all. With COVID-19, this is especially acute as customers are required to self-isolate or quarantine at home. And the reduction in staffing at pharmacies, coupled with social distancing measures, places huge strain on the business's ability to meet demand for in-person consultation. With Live Experience, NADI are able to provide face-to-face consults with their customers seamlessly from both their web and mobile applications, as well as providing additional capacity within the pharmacy via digital kiosks, allowing them to reach even the most remote customers with some level of personalised care, at the same level of personalised care as they would in store, without the inconvenience of having to visit the pharmacy, and it also reduces the strain on the limited resources the pharmacies have at this point. For the demo, Daryl's renewing his prescription online, and he has questions about dosage and possible side effects, for example. He connects with a pharmacist via a video call directly from the website. The pharmacist answers the video call and reviews the details of Daryl's prescription, answers Daryl's questions and provides advice based on Daryl's history and purchased medication. Okay, so again, across to the demo app. So this scenario, I'm actually going to use WebView, so I can show you how Live Experience embeds directly into the customer's web application. So what I'm actually showing here is Daryl's actually signed in to the NADI application. He's looking at the expert advice section of the website at this point. And again, you can actually see the web widget just down the bottom right-hand side of the screen. The web widget's actually been styled, to match the application itself. So it becomes a seamless part of the app. It reflects the brand of the application as well. So when Daryl's ready, he clicks on the widget to connect through to a pharmacist. Okay, so as a pharmacist, again, I answer the call in Service Cloud. Daryl's details are brought up automatically. So as an agent at this point, I have all the details that I have about Daryl. So any prescriptions that he has in place, any past medication or history that he might have, so that I can very quickly take at a glance, take a look at all that history and use all that information to effectively help Daryl. So, for example, if he has concerns about the medication, any possible interactions it might have with other medication he might be having, or any other medical issues that he might have, I can take him through those and allay any concerns that he might have about his prescription. And as you can see, it's actually a live video call. So I have that face-to-face interaction with him, just adding that extra level of personalized service. When I'm ready, I could just end that call. Okay. Okay, so for the final use case that has a demo, I'm going to cover secure customer onboarding. For this sales play, I want to show you how businesses that require secure customer onboarding and transactions, such as financial institutions or online gaming platforms, can do so without the need for physical branches or slow offline processes, while dramatically increasing the speed of onboarding and reducing friction. I've used BBVA as an example. BBVA are a Spanish retail bank with a large network of physical branches. For BBVA, maintaining a network of physical branches represents a huge cost to the business, requiring new customers to visit branches in person to sign up for accounts, and that represents friction that in many cases can prevent new customers from onboarding. With Live Experience, customer onboarding and other high-value or high-risk transactions can be performed quickly and conveniently within the business's web or mobile applications, while being secured by automated document ID verification and face-to-face verification with an agent. For the demo, Rick is looking to open a new bank account. Rick does not have time to visit a branch, so he initiates the online sign-up process for a new account through the app. He uploads his ID document and is connected with a customer service representative. The agent matches the uploaded ID to Rick over a live video with Rick, and at this point the verification is complete. The agent then is able to assist Rick with his account creation. For example, being able to walk him through account terms online using screen sharing, for example, or co-browse. And secure assistance is then able to be delivered to him 100% online. Okay, so again, back to the demo application. This time, I'm going to select the Know Your Customer scenario. Okay, so as I explained, so Rick is actually going through the online sign-up process through his mobile app, and he's at the point where he needs to verify his identity. So Rick hits Continue. At this point, Rick is presented with a number of options for forms of ID that he can use to identify himself. This is localized, so depending on which country you're in, you're going to be given the options that make sense for your country. So I'm going to choose passport. When I'm ready, I'm just going to line up the camera with my photo ID, my passport. I'm just going to verify that it's actually readable, and then tap readable to continue. At this point, the document is uploaded to the document verification part of the service. The document verification will actually check the document, the security features of the document, such as watermarks and so on, and ensure that the document is actually valid, has not been altered in any way. At the same time, the service will also talk, for example, to the local authorities, such as the Passport Authority, and ensure that the passport hasn't been, for example, stolen or isn't, and confirm that it is in fact a valid document. When Rick's ready, he hits Continue to complete the final process for verification. Meanwhile, an agent answers the call. And as per the previous two scenarios, the contact record for the customer is automatically brought up. So at this point, I have all the customer information in front of me. So for example, at this point, I could ask additional security questions as part of the verification based on information that I have about the customer. On the left-hand side, you can actually see that I actually have the image of the document, so I can compare the document to the person's face to ensure they are who they say they are. And I have a status that's provided by the document verification service telling me the document is indeed a valid document. So when I'm satisfied that Rick is who he says he is, I can just click verify, and the verification process itself is complete. For the remainder of the conversation, I can perform tasks such as sharing my screen or performing co-browse to walk the customer through terms and conditions or contracts, for example, before completing the sign-up process for the account. And when I'm done, I can end the call. So for Rick, he's now at the end of his sign up and onboarding process for his new account. His new bank account is ready now, and he's able to then go and access his account. And this has all been done within a few minutes, completely online through the application. No need for sending in physical documents for verification, the process that could potentially take days to complete. And there's no need for him to visit a physical branch either. The final two sales players don't have use cases, but I'll just go through the details of these very quickly. Okay, so contact center augmentation. So for this sales player, I've used Telmex as an example. Telmex are a telecommunications operator based in Mexico. So Telmex have a large traditional contact center providing service and technical support to their customers, but Telmex do not have a strong mobile strategy. Most customers don't have or use Telmex's mobile app. For nearly 100% of their customer service, it comes through the contact center via traditional voice. Similarly to Overhead Door, Telmex have a large and costly field service component to their business, but because Telmex do not have a strong mobile strategy, they're limited to connecting with their customers purely via voice. With live experience, Telmex is able to augment their traditional contact center experience by providing customers and agents with a quick and convenient path from voice to advanced digital channels such as video with annotation and screen sharing, by sending the customer a link via SMS to a meeting hosted by Live Experience without the need for Telmex to build their own web or mobile application. The final sales play is pure digital service. For this sales play, again, I've used a telecommunications company, but in this case, the communications company is Circles. Circles are a service provider based in Singapore. Unlike Telmex, Circles have a pure digital customer experience strategy. That is, they have decided to focus purely on digital channels for engaging with their customers, forgoing on expensive traditional contact centers. However, Circles have faced higher churn and struggled to retain some customers due to their focus on chat and email as their only means of engaging with them. Customers can perceive businesses as faceless or unaccountable when they only provide channels such as chat or email and not a phone service. While some customers are put off by simply not being able to talk to a person live over a phone call. With Live Experience, Circles can add digital voice as a channel, allowing customers to seamlessly move from chat to voice or within their web or mobile applications, as well as providing the ability for an agent to call them back at a time that's convenient for the customer. And Circles are able to do all of this without the need to add expensive contact center solution in a way that complements their 100% digital experience strategy. In terms of industry applicability, I mean, while I've obviously given a number of industry examples through the previous slides, I just want to stress that all of these use cases have applicability across a wide variety of industries. For example, remote support and field service reduction is as applicable to machinery and equipment manufacture and distribution as it is to telecommunications. And the high-value customers use case is equally applicable to hospitality as it is to telehealth. There are many more potential use cases for Live Experience beyond the ones we've shown. And as you discover the product and think about what it can do for your customers, I'm sure you'll be discovering more. So finally, there's huge interest in Live Experience across a wide range of customers for Live Experience, with many customers listed here either actively using Live Experience in the process of rolling it out to their customers or actively piloting it. Okay. Thank you, Ashwin. Back over to you.
Thank you, Richard. So our next section is to offer you some SKU guidance based on the fact that we've added new video chat and Live Experience SKUs to our price list. So the first SKU is Service Cloud Video Chat. And this is on the price list identifiable as Oracle Right Now Video Chat Cloud Service, along with its 4 parts. This particular SKU exists on the Service Cloud price list only and is intended for companies that already have Service Cloud and chat seats and that wish to enable a subset of those chat agents with the ability to seamlessly transition to video or digital audio. When I say digital audio, they have the option of completely masking out the video and just sticking to a digital audio call. And even keep the video, two-way or unidirectional, one-way. It also enables end users to come in from their PC, Mac, or mobile devices, Android or iOS, through browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and engage on chat. And, once the escalation happens, they can continue using those devices for video engagement as well. I don't yet call out mobile in-app engagement under this particular section because the mobile in-app engagement for Service Cloud Video Chat is on the roadmap. The other SKU is the Live Experience set of SKUs, where we have Live Experience Enterprise and Live Experience Premium. Live Experience Enterprise and Live Experience Premium exist both on the Service Cloud price list and the Engagement Cloud price list. Live Experience Enterprise offers the rich mobile in-app experiences that you just saw in the demo, as well as the web experiences. It offers the ability for agents and end users to directly engage on voice calls or video calls or meetings or drive SMS conversations. And the voice calls could be WebRTC voice calls or inbound PSTN voice calls or even placing outbound PSTN calls. And then taking the video engagement to the next level by providing agents the ability to annotate while on video, as Richard just demoed. It also enables remote agents to come in through Service Cloud along with Live Experience from their tablets or iPads, so mobile agent support. And it enables admins and supervisors to view a list of all the engagements and interactions that have happened, be it voice interactions, video interactions, or meetings interactions, and get some useful high-level stats on the number of engagements and handle time as part of team reports. Live Experience Premium is the more advanced version of the Live Experience SKU, which features everything that you see under Live Experience Enterprise. It's cumulative of everything that you see under the second column and includes more. And so what is that more? It includes the ability to record video calls, voice calls, or meetings interactions. For admins and supervisors, it provides the ability to play back those recordings from the admin console and manage recordings for a specific time range. It also provides the ability to view transcriptions for the audio portion of the recordings, and it embeds the ID verification capability for end-to-end ID verification with Live Experience. One thing to note over here is that if a customer ends up procuring Live Experience Premium for the sake of recordings, to leverage recordings, they will also need to purchase a certain number of units of a storage SKU, which is also on these price lists. The storage SKUs are priced at $3 per month and offer 50 gig worth of storage. So it's very standard for a customer to purchase a very few units of that SKU, very nominal cost, which will offer them capacity based on their anticipated call volumes. And as they're meeting that capacity, they could always incrementally expand and purchase more units of that SKU as time goes by. So it's also important to note that some of these capabilities, in order to integrate with LX, need direct registration of an account with some of our third-party technology partners. So as an example, our two SMS providers today are Bandwidth.com and MessageBird. So the customer will need to have a registered account or contract with one of these two providers in order to leverage SMS capability with Live Experience. Similarly, for audio transcriptions for the recordings, the customer will need to have a registered account with our partner VoiceBase. And similarly, for facial ID verification, the customer will need to have a registered account and contract with Jumio. We have a referral type of partnership with Jumio, so if we get opportunities that need ID verification with Live Experience, we need to collaborate with Jumio, get them into the opportunity and deal, and drive pricing jointly. So where Jumio will come up with the ID verification pricing and we will come up with Live Experience pricing. And for inbound PSTN calls that ultimately terminate or converge at the LX soft endpoint, agents will obviously need phone numbers, and the customers will need to procure those phone numbers directly from Tata Communications. So next, to offer you some pricing and selling guidance here, we've created some revenue opportunity samples that take certain use cases as examples and feature the right SKUs to position and articulate the potential ARR and 3-year term opportunity that you're looking at. So in Rev Opportunity 1 in this slide, let's imagine a retailer who already has Service Cloud. They have 100 Service Cloud Enterprise Contact Center Dynamic Agent desktop seats. And now they're looking to enable visual tools to provide differentiated service to their online visitors. Their intent is to enable 50 phone agents with video seats, and they also want to be able to record these video calls. The mere fact that they need to enable the 50 agents with video seats warrants Live Experience, right? Because it's Live Experience that supports seamless transition from phone to video. Now, which of the two SKUs would you choose? Would you choose Enterprise or would you choose Premium? The second point is key over here. Because they need video and call recording, that's contained in the LX Premium SKU, which in turn is cumulative of all the capabilities that are under LX Enterprise. And so LX Premium is the right SKU position for these 50 agents. And so the ARR opportunity, if you look at it over here, at $150 per seat per month for 50, the ARR opportunity over a 12-month period is $90K, and the 3-year term opportunity is $270K. This is based on list price. We've not applied any discounts in this example because we'll know you'll judiciously apply that during your sales engagements with the customers. But this is kind of to give you an example and to articulate the possible rev opportunity that's in hand merely with live experience. The second rev opportunity takes into consideration a use case where a healthcare provider already has Service Cloud. Again, they have 100 Service Cloud Enterprise Contact Center Dynamic Agent desktop seats, and this includes chat. So now they want the ability for a subset of these chat agents to be able to escalate to video to provide patient services in nearby municipalities. So the mere fact that they have chat agents and they want a seamless path to escalate from chat to video warrants the Oracle Right Now Video Chat Cloud Service SKU, right, or the Service Cloud Video Chat SKU. And priced at $120 per seat per month, for 50 chat agents that need this video capability, that would amount to about $72K, with a 3-year term opportunity being $216K list price, and with no discounts applied in this particular example. But again, we'll know that you'll apply some discounts as and when relevant during your sales engagements. So we've left that open. We have links to very useful collateral in this next section. So I'm sure many of you are eager to procure your own demo accounts and explore these capabilities that were presented today. Great news is that our team has published a very clear set of instructions to be able to procure an LX account that is pre-integrated with a specific Service Cloud setup, as well as an Engagement Cloud setup, where you can quickly, get set up and explore some of the live experience capabilities we've presented. Secondly, if you want to watch an earlier recording of live experience with Service Cloud, just need to click on this link. It'll take you to OTube, and with authentication, you should have access to view that recording. All collateral for Service Cloud Video Chat as well as live experience are and will continually be updated to our Service Cloud portal as well as the live experience portal. So keep tuning in to these portals for more and more information. As an example, we will be publishing an FAQ guide that will guide you into the next level of detail for positioning in upcoming weeks. So please do check back. And custom live experience demo. So in this first point, I articulated what if you need your own demo account and the steps to obtain that is pre-integrated with an existing setup of either Service Cloud or Engagement Cloud. But what if you need an account and you need to integrate that with your own demo setup that you may already have set up for customer demos with other scenarios, right? So here the steps are identical. You basically procure your own live experience tenant by contacting the live experience product management team. And then these two links will guide you step by step into integrating with your own Service Cloud or Engagement Cloud instance. Right, so we already have a good set of documentation available to get you started and to help you explore live experience in more depth. And always come back to us with any questions that you might have during the course. So that brings us to the end of the presentation. I'd once again like to call your attention to the appendix section, which is a few slides later. Once we make this presentation available online, because that has great experience examples that you can leverage for customer engagements and customer presentations. It also has regional availability guidance based on the fact that live experience is deployed in our North America and EMEA data centers today. And based on bandwidth and latency considerations, it offers guidance into where companies and agents from various regions can be deployed either in one of these data centers. So that said, let's jump into our Q&A panel. And take a look at some of the questions.
Yes, Ashwin. A lot of questions have already been answered. Maybe just call out a few that haven't been answered yet. For example, what is the plan for LX integration to Commerce Cloud? Is it easy to do?
Yeah, LX is already readily integrated with Service Cloud and Engagement Cloud as we see today, but LX experience can also be embedded within Commerce Cloud, certainly. So it can integrate with other CRM desktops too.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. Is live experience service available on India data center?
No, it is not available in the India data center. Live experience is offered from our Phoenix data center for North America and in our Frankfurt data center for EMEA. But again, the regional availability section at the end of this deck presents guidance on, where countries in JPAC can be deployed. So please feel free to refer to that and come back to us with any questions.
I'd just like to just add to that, Ashwin. So, if for a given region, we have, a sufficient pipeline essentially to cover the cost of rollout in those countries, then, we will certainly look at adding data centers, for example, a data center in India. So if we have a certain number of opportunities and value for those opportunities, then we can do that with sufficient lead time as well. So, we could potentially roll that out within a few months if needed. So, yeah, please don't disregard opportunities where a local data center is a requirement. Just feel free to approach us, and we can talk that through with you.
Right.
Perfect. Question: will we be adding more partners for SMS and verification? We have had already the question if we would be adding Twilio because that's a lot used by our customers. Can you elaborate?
Indeed, although today we expect the providers to be Bandwidth.com or MessageBird, supporting Twilio with LX is on the roadmap. For ID verification, our plan is to currently stick to Jumio because they're a leader in ID verification and have pretty sophisticated capabilities that will enable LX to ID verify.
Okay, good. Okay, question from Lee. I've read the documentation describing how the integrate LX to Zendesk. What is the SKU for selling LX for non-Oracle CRM applications, and can anyone sell them?